This is the definition of fuck around and find out. What's up, guys? It's been a while since my last video. I was on vacation with a lovely lady today, and I found out about this news while driving back, and I have to make this video. This is the news that's been shaking around the crypto world all day long. So the FTX token, it's currently down 74% in one day, from $22 all the way to as low as $3. This is insane. So what is happening here? Well, to give you a bit of background story, we had two heavyweights, two billionaires are clashing with each other, and they are going to war basically. The two billionaires are CZ, which is Changpeng Zhao, which is the CEO of Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume. So he's like the top dog of all exchanges. He's actually bigger than Coinbase. He's operated around the world. He's the biggest crypto exchange in the world. He's the owner, and he's worth about $33 billion. And then you have Sam Bankman-Fried, so otherwise known as SBF in Twitter or otherwise on the internet. So he's known as the guy who testified in front of Congress wearing a flip-flop, and he's not really well kept, but he's actually really rich. He's worth about $10 billion. He's the CEO of FTX exchange, which is an exchange he started at the very beginning. This is a guy who was doing the arbitrage trade back then when Bitcoin was low. He actually flew from Hong Kong to Korea just to get the price arbitrage of Bitcoin, making about $20,000 per trip or something. But via that, he used that money to start his exchange, and now FTX is one of the biggest exchanges in the US and in the world. There's actually an arena inside the United States named after FTX. So what's going on between these two? Well, a few days ago, these two has been fueling for a couple of days or months now. It all started because of a competition. So they are both owners of large crypto exchanges. So what SBF did was that he's trying to buy the government to regulate Binance in order to have an advantage over Binance in the US. Of course, CZ is not a person who takes hit like that, so he's trying to fight back for it. And what he did was that he started, I don't know whether him or somebody started an action to look into SBF's FTX exchange about their liquidity. Basically, they're saying that SBF actually doesn't have full liquidity to pay all the holders inside of its exchange. So think about it: when you deposit your money into an exchange, you should have one-to-one backing of all the money you deposited. But unfortunately, it was found that FTX doesn't actually have the full liquidity to back all of their users. So when you give FTX, let's say $1, they, instead of lending it out, they actually use it to leverage their existing position on specific crypto. So they are highly leveraged with customers' funds. And that's what was unveiled to the public a few days ago, maybe yesterday. So when that news came out, a lot of SBF was pretty quiet on Twitter, but CZ, the founder of Binance, started saying, hey, we want to liquidate all of our FTX positions, all of their FTX tokens to the public, because they don't want to hold such token if they are fully leveraged and don't have one-to-one backing. So this causes a panic in the market for the SBF token, which is the FTX token. So when this news came out, so if you look at it 2 days ago, it already started dropping when CZ announced that they're going to liquidate all of their FTX tokens. And then over time, it just started to go bad, because when people hear about this news, they're going to be worried about the money that they deposited into FTX, thinking, hey, what if I put my money in there and they don't have the way to pay me back? I can't even withdraw my money. So this essentially caused a bank run on FTX, and this bank run went even crazier today. So it went all the way from here, like $17, all the way down to $3. I think all of this happened when the next round of drama happened. So basically, SBF started the fight by going to the US government, try to get Binance in their disadvantaged position. And then Binance is like, oh, you want to do this? Okay, I will tell the world about your illiquidity in your exchange. And what happens next was that people started a bank run, and now FTX is totally exposed. They actually don't have the liquidity. And it's actually true that they don't have the liquidity to pay their customers. So FTX is at risk because they are so highly leveraged. They are leveraged above their actual market cap, their market value. So the whole company is going to zero if people want to recall their token, including CZ, which owns a large position in FTX token. So I hope you guys are still following. So what's happening next is that CZ saying, hey, oh, okay, you can, if your company is going to be insolvent, if I sell all your tokens, okay, then we propose to buy your company instead. And that's exactly what FTX has agreed to, which is CZ here announcing on his Twitter saying that he's going to purchase FTX straight up in order to help with their liquidity problem. And that's the end of this story. Basically, that's how billionaires fight each other. Eventually, SBF lost this battle, and here's SBF announced the news on his Twitter about all of this thing. So I know he's trying to make a PR statement, but in the end, it was a nasty battle between these two, and CZ won. So Binance will now acquire FTX. Binance, which is getting even bigger now. Now you have a even bigger centralized exchange for Binance. So what's going to happen next is that the Bankman, Sam Bankman-Fried, his fortune is gone. So he was worth about $16 billion. After this drop in all of this token, he's now down to about 94%. So he's wiped out 94% of his wealth in a day, from 16 billion to probably less than a couple millions. He's still a pretty rich guy, right? He's still a millionaire, but he lost 16 billion essentially in a day because he tried to dominate Binance in the US. So there's your lesson, and it's one of the pretty wild stories in the world that I didn't even know this whole thing was this big. I saw some news about it, but I didn't know it was this big. But here's the end results, and it's pretty crazy. It's still happening, but we'll see what's going to happen next to this FTX token. It's most likely it's going to go to zero, and it's going to be replaced by the Binance token. So Binance token, the price of Binance token hasn't really changed much. It actually went up a bit, but then went down. So in the end, Binance won and FTX lost. And that's the story of the day. Let me know what you guys think. Are you holding the FTX token? Are you buying the FTX token? You must be crazy. Or are you buying more Binance token? Because Binance is now even bigger than before. Let me know what you guys think. It's been a while, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.